Hi there, Diane Evans here with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope that you have subscribed. If you haven't, make sure that you do so that you'll get notified when I upload a new video. And also if you hit that bell below, you get notified immediately as soon as I hit the as soon as I upload a new video. So today I'm doing a card using these delicate dahlias. Now these are from the Sale-a-bration and they are a level 2. So if you live here in Canada, you could earn this for free after making a $120 purchase. And just check out, if you're from other countries, just check out what their limitations are for Sale-a-bration. So this is a distinctive stamp set, and trust me, it's absolutely gorgeous. These images are at 90%. And I thought I would take advantage of this beautiful stamp set to use with the color challenge that I'm in. And the colors that we're using today are Polished Pink, Pear Pizzazz, and Daffodil Delight. And I had a bit of a hard time. I played around with the Daffodil Delight, and I wanted to maybe do some sponging and that sort of stuff with it. I just didn't like how it worked. Dahlias here, I know where I live, are more vibrant colors than a light color. So what I thought I'd do was I would use this just as a mat on here, and then that way I could actually play around with it a little bit more and get some different looks from it. So I am going to use the dahlias with, and I think that's how you say it, I'm going to use it with the Polished Pink, and then we're also going to do some masking. And I will show you how masking can be done. This is for, this card is actually for it's a simple card. It doesn't use any special tools than what a regular beginner or casual crafter would have. So in other words, it's just using stamps, ink, and paper. I am using some scissors, and I'm using my paper piercing mat, and the reason I am is because these are photopolymer stamp sets. If you do not have a paper piercing mat, you can use a magazine. That'll give you enough cushioning with it. You can use your catalog even, for that matter. All right, so when I make my my mask that I'm using for masking, I just take a piece of just some Post-it notes, and then I'm just going to go in and we're going to just stamp this. And I'm just going to just stamp on here, and then I'm going to have to cut that out. To save time on the video, I've gone ahead and already cut this part out, and I've got it done as blue instead. And it doesn't matter what color that you use for your Post-it notes. But it just shows you that you can, by using your Post-it notes, it works really, really well. Another thing that I am going to suggest with these stamps is that you take these stamps and you mark one area with some ink marks, or you could use a Sharpie mark, but I find that that's the easiest way to line these stamps up. And then what you're also going to do is stamp or mark up the two-step stamping in the same spot. That way it allows for easier placement. I can't stress enough that that's probably one of the best things that you could do is mark your stamps up. So I'm just going to I know that this is off to this side here. Now these are where my marks are. Normally I would just go and I would stamp my 3 images because I'm going to put 3 images on here. But because it is a 2-step and I want to make sure that I've got those lined up in that appropriate spot, I am just going to go in and line this up. Now, this is a little bit more difficult for me because I can't see where, there we go. We're hoping that that's where I want it to go. Not too bad. Probably be better once I go on this side. And you notice that I'm turning it in such a way that I've got those images where I can line them up. Now, with this polished pink, the beauty of this particular color is it does tend to lighten up as... There, I can get this on this one probably better. It lightens up as it dries. So that was better, that one. And then I'm just going to come down here and put another one down below. So let's see. Just like that. That's where my spots are. Just go back in with this. Get where I've got those. And then I'm just going to there we go. Whoops. And look at that. I've got a piece that's right there. Oh dear. That was a piece of, and I'm going to see if I can fix this. There we go. There. That'll work. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to put some of these leaves on there, and that's where I want to use my my pear pizzazz. So I'm just going to come back in here. Now that was silly. I didn't mark these ones where that was. So I'm just going to go like that, and let me come in with my leaves and my pear pizzazz. Whoops. All right. And this is also two-step stamping, but these ones line up 100% better. So I'm just going to come in with a leaf on that side. And then I'm going to also do the two-step stamping here. These ones are definitely so much easier to line up. So see how that is like that. Now I might decide that I might want to put, where did I say that was? That went like so. Oh, and I see I didn't cut in there. Let me just cut in there. And this is, I'm just going to go and mark this for my purpose here. This is where that piece is matching up here. And you know, I think I might even go in and just put another bit of a leaf right on that part there. And then just come here. Whoops, and that is outside. And then again, we're going to go and line this one up. And we'll just there. And then I'll just stamp those ones as well. Using a mask is one of the a real fundamental type thing to do, especially when you're using this kind of a stamp. But see how that's behind there, right? Now I'm going to put one more here. And let's just put that there. And just one over here. And then we'll just line that one up. There we go. All right, so there we have, it looks like there's dimension to this type of the card. We're also going to go ahead and use a sentiment. And oh my goodness, where did that go to? I just had it right here. I was going to have a sentiment. Oh, there we go. This is from the Tasteful Labels, and I want to put the sentiment across there. Now, I'm also going to go in and I'm going to use some ribbon as well. So I like the polished pink ribbon, but I really wanted it to be a paler color than the polished pink itself, the open weave ribbon. So I have this, this is the crinkled ribbon, and I'm just going to color it with my dark polished pink blend. I'm actually going to do quite a bit because I want it to go, let's see, I want a double bow, and I might have to do that separately. So I want this to come across here, and then I want a double bow over in this area. All right, so as far as the sentiment goes, let's figure out what sentiment we want to use. In this stamp set, it has sending heartfelt sympathy. I'm not sure if a pink card is the one for this. You Inspire Me might be a really good one. So let's see. Let's use that, and then we're going to go in and we're going to put some more leaves on there as well. So I'm just coming in with a block. Oops. Line that up like that, and let's see if this is straight with this pink. I'm just going to go down here, whoops, upside down. If I got that straight on there when I did that. Not bad. All right, so it looks like I have a bit of a halo. So I'm just going to put, to see which is the right side. This is the right side. So I'm just going to put a You Inspire Me here. And it looks kind of plain there, right? So what we want to do is we have some smaller flowers, and I'm wondering what this would look like. You know what? I think I'm just going to stick to the leaves on here. So let's just go and put, there's some other smaller leaves on here, but I'm just going to take this like this. And let's go here. And I think I'm going to put bit of a leaf over here as well, and then we'll just fill that part in. I love two-step stamping because one, you get to stamp lots, and two, it looks so pretty when it's done, right? Okay, so we've got that. Now let's get this ribbon around here. Just going to put the ribbon just around this part here. Let's see, is that where I want that to go? Yep. All right, so when I put my ribbon on, I always go in and I use tear and tape. I don't like my ribbon coming off. And if you use tear and tape and reinforce it again with tear and tape, it won't come off. And I think you'll be quite surprised at how that actually, how well it keeps it in place. I know I went through some cards that I've made quite a few years ago, and I found that all the ribbon was starting to peel off. It was just coming off, so I had to go and reinforce them because I donated a bunch of my cards. There we go. Let's just go there. And yeah, so that was the reasoning behind that I wanted to tell you about this. So with it just like that, it could still come off. So what you want to do is just reinforce it here with the tear and tape. And then at that point now, is that even? And then I'm just going to put it on a thin layer of Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to come in with my seal. And let's just put some in the middle there. And then we'll just put this right onto this card. And it's just giving it just a tad of the yellow. And then we've got the polished pink, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then let's just move this out of the way. We'll come in with our bone folder again. And let's place this onto here. So again, I'll use my seal on there. Looks like I've got some pieces on there. And let's go there. And now what we can with this piece here is we can sit and we can pop that up with dimensionals. Now, I don't want this to go onto the ribbon, so I'm going to kind of put the dimensionals on either side here. And I'm going to put one up here because I want it so that it doesn't flop onto the ribbon is what I'm wanting. Like when I say flop, if I put those dimensionals there, it could flop back and forth off the ribbon. So by putting these all over the place like that, I should have it where it's not going to come off the ribbon. All right, so now this is where, and I'm going to have to actually come back in and color a bit more of this ribbon. And we'll just do a bit more because I'm going to do a double bow. And I have these bow maker that I've said to people, I said, these are the easiest bow makers to make. You make them out of the back of your designer series paper, the hard cardboard part. And all you do is whatever width this is here is the width of the bow. So I'm just going to come across here. And this is how I tie them. So all you do is I call these legs. So I'm just going to come across the legs. I'm going to wrap it around twice. Oops. And I'm going to cut this off. We may have to go and color a little bit more. There we go. Wrap it around the legs twice. And then we're going to go up through the legs and then back out through this part here. And it looks like I have lots of ribbon on here now. And then all I'm going to do is just tie this. So I want to make sure it's good and tight because that's the key to bow making. I'm just going to bring it down like that, and I just sort of put it in here, and then I'm just going to trim these off. And this, like I say, is going to make a double bow, so I just slip this off. I do have actually videos that show how to make bows. If you go under bow making under my YouTube channel, you'll find a video on that as well. Now I'm just coming in with my take your pick tool because I want this to separate because I wanted that double bow. There we go. There. All right, so I'm going to come in with my glue dots. And let's just put that onto the back there. And let's put that onto this part of the card. So it's just like there. And I think we're going to have to trim that off a little bit more again. And then, of course, we need to put some jewels on here of some sort. So I think I'm going to use my faceted gems, and I'm going to use the clear ones. And I can actually go in and let's see what they'll look like if I color them with the polished pink. So let's just, we'll try one of them. I'm going to use the clear ones. It doesn't, oh, that's the light polished pink. We want to use the dark polished pink. Use the brush end. There we go. And then just there. And then I'll come back in with my take your pick tool. And then let's just put this. I'm going to put one there because it seems to be a bit of a smudge. And one there. And you know, if I need to, why don't I put some more on there? Because that's something that you can do, is you don't have to limit yourself to 3. We could put 5 on there, because you always want it to be in uneven numbers. So I'm just going to go in, and then let's put one there, and then let's put one right up there. So there's my card. That uses my color challenge. That's using Daffodil Delight, Pear Pizzazz, and Polished Pink. And of course, it's also using the Delicate Dahlias stamp set. So I hope you like that. If you like that, give me the thumbs up. If you are a casual stamper, you notice I didn't use any die cuts or anything like that. And all we did was just plain stamp. Oh, we did use one die cut. I am sorry. But in any event, it's more meant for a casual stamper. So I hope you like that. Give me the thumbs up. Also, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a host code each and every month, and if you use that, I also send you tutorials. So have a great day. Bye for now.